Does Jaden Ivey need the ball in his hands? Last week, we obviously the podcast.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
I didn't write that. Did
Yeah,
I?
you did.
Oh.
Does Jaden Ivey need the ball in his hands?
Oh, okay.
Why? Why are you surprised?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it Phil Gay after all the Nick Leach stuff? Is
Yeah,
that
a
what
little
happened?
bit. I don't want to talk about balls in man's hands.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
We got criticized
Yes.
for a clip that went on Twitter.
Got dragged for sure.
Jeff Eifredi says he's never come back on the Woodward Heavyweights
Yeah,
podcast,
dude, he's out of it.
which is surprising because we've done way worse.
Did he really say that?
He did say that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he meant it, but little does Jeff know we could fucking kidnap his ass and put him on the podcast.
We ain't going on that goddamn
He said he was clickbaited.
More Pistons heavyweight podcast.
Yeah, dude. Fuck you guys and your 7,000 views, dude. All right, we were giving our opinions on NBA draft prospects, right?
Yes.
And it's not that we didn't like Jaden Ivey, he wasn't our favorite.
Yeah.
And then, all right, first of all, where you at with the whole Jeff thing? Do you think I clickbaited him?
I mean, the title was a little misleading.
It just sounds like.
Yeah, it says sounds like
aren't fans of the
Jeff
pair.
Eifredi and the Woodward heavyweights hate Jaden Ivey to his core.
I didn't.
So
okay,
I mean,
control.
it was kind of a clickbaity title.
But then also when you click the video, Jeff's still speaking like his opinion.
Yeah.
So the people like in the metaverse are fucking stupid, which they are. A lot of not people listening to our show. These are the most intellectual people,
Smartest people out there
walking the fucking earth. We know that because they clicked the like button just now.
They clicked it. They liked it. They subscribed.
They shared it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking smartest people alive.
Geniuses.
Hands fucking down.
Yeah.
But
big dicks too.
Giant. If you're a girl, like lady cocks too. Like
yeah. If
giant,
you're a girl,
fucking,
that bitch is fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right.
I think I was saying like we just didn't like him as like our favorite pairing.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. I mean, I even said like I liked what I saw out of him. I admit I double taked, or that dog take might have been a little too far.
That
like
was
I said.
the only one that I didn't like. Yeah,
It was a little recency bias of seeing him go out sad with 9 points in the tournament. You know, watching him, he's got the attack mentality, he's got that mindset. But you like I said, you would have wanted to see him do more in that tournament game. You'd want to see him say, I'm putting the team on my back. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to draw, because he's better than all those kids on St. Peter's. He's a better player. He's more athletic. You know, he has more skill. So you would want to see him take that upon himself to take over, and he didn't, and they lost. And I'm not going to really hold that against him too much because everybody has those kind of games. So, yeah, that dog take was a little recency bias of the last game I seen him play. But that being said, I still like Shaden Sharp better. I think he's a better prospect. But Jaden, you know, if Shaden's off the board, I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't want, like I said, I want Shaden Sharp, but
yeah.
And even the better shooters like Benedict Cumberbatch and AJ Griffin, you know, and
Keegan Murray.
I
think Shaden. I mean, obviously we don't know at the collegiate level, but I think Shaden, like, to a degree, is a better shooter too. Like,
yeah, he is.
When people ask around, like the people who's in the know or you know scout this shit religiously, out of his mouth himself, he was asking, you know, who are your comparisons? Comparisons for the people wondering. And he said Devin Booker and Bradley Beal.
Yeah, you watch his game, like people are like, oh, we're talking about him shooting in high school, and yeah, it's like we're watching him shoot in these AAU games where he's shooting from 30 feet out, where he's pulling up into these jump shots, and it's not how well it's his shot. It's how pure his shot looks. Where he's shooting from, he's doing it confidently. He's making these shots. Yeah, and it's more than that. And yeah, you would like to have seen him play collegiate basketball, but we didn't. So fucking get over it. You know, it doesn't change the fact that he's a better prospect.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me too, like the physical attributes with Shaden is like why I would choose him as well. Like dude's 6'5" right now, 18 years old. He's only gonna get bigger. He has a 7-foot wingspan. Like eventually he could maybe become like a wing. You know what I'm saying? Like a true wing, size wise as well. Obviously, you know, he's uber athletic, jumping out the gym, Kentucky recruit, all those guys are wild. But no, I just back to the point though, as far as like
number one recruit in the country.
Yeah, number one in the country.
For a reason.
And in North America, for real, the number one just in general, because he's from Canada. But to a point with Jaden Ivey, how do you feel with like, because I said something that I did have to like watch film and see if I had to backtrack on. I said he needs the ball in his hands to be successful. You watch more like Purdue basketball than
Yeah.
I'm just doing like film shit right now and like reading shit.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that take?
I mean, in half court offense, yeah, he kind of does. You know, he's not going to be the guy that's, you know, standing in the corner waiting for the kick out. But like in a full court in an NBA offense, he's great at running the floor. Obviously, he's very athletic, so he doesn't need the ball in his hands there. He's, you know, he can run up and down the floor. He can catch outlet passes. He can catch lobs and stuff like that. But in half court sets, when you're drawing up plays for him, he's not going to be the guy coming off the screens to get a catch and shoot pass. He's not going to be the guy that's waiting for that outlet pass from Cade. He's going to be the guy that's initiating his own offense with the ball in his hands. And obviously he can grow into that. You can, you get your shot a little better. You get more comfortable with catch and shoot. You get more comfortable with coming off screens. And he did that to a point at Purdue, but that wasn't where he was most effective. That wasn't where he was at his strongest. He was at his strongest when he had the ball in his hands and he was initiating offense. He was attacking guys. And there's a difference between, needing the ball in your hands like that and when people say, oh, he doesn't need the ball in his hands because he runs the floor so well, it's, the NBA it's a lot of fast break. There's a lot of stuff like that. But when it gets down to, playoffs and stuff like that, that shit tightens up.
Yes.
And it's a lot more half-court sets, running offense. We see it, because you're playing these great defenses, you're playing against great offenses that they're not going to give you a lot of fast break opportunities. Obviously, they still happen with turnovers and long rebounds and missed shots, but when it comes down to game-winning situations and playoff basketball, half-court offense is very impressive and it's very important. And that playing off the ball in a half-court offense is not Jaden Ivey's strong point.
Yeah, and then the thing, too, people say he doesn't need the ball, like, you're trying to tell me that he's a catch-and-shoot guy?
Yeah, he's not.
He's not.
No.
He's not. Oh, you want to say, there's a lot more spacing where you just cut to the rim? At 6'4" in the NBA, okay, how explosive you are, you're not fucking cutting the rim and just yamming on the fucking entire team and being dominant that way.
I mean,
that's not a dominant. Yeah, it happens every once in a while. Play right. Yeah, you're not fucking winning games like that. Like, dog. Again, 6'4". Like, I don't know, man. It's a different level of like centers, power forwards. Like the bigs is like aren't gonna fucking get shit on like that.
It happens. It'll definitely happen, and with his athleticism, he can make it happen to where he can go to the hole and shit on guys like that because he's so explosive. But if they don't respect his outside shot and they don't respect him moving without the ball, that cuts a lot of those opportunities off. Where it seals up those lanes to where you got guys that are playing, a foot, 2 feet off you because they don't got to worry about you catching and shooting real quick. So when you get the ball, they might take a step up, but they're not gonna respect his catch and shoot shot. So that it opens up like backdoor cuts and stuff like that. But you can only do that so many times in a game, and you can't rely on backdoor cuts as your go-to. He is he's the guy that he's gonna need to initiate the offense.
Yeah, the most
other than in fast break situations.
Yeah, and the most elite part of his game is beating people off the dribble. Like, you don't do that without the ball in your hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
He's not an elite passer. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, this is starting to sound like I'm hating on the kid, and I'm really not. I truly believe Jaden Ivey can be sweet in the NBA. I think he'd be a good player.
Yeah.
As the man on his team.
Yeah.
As the John Morant. As the Westbrook when he was in OKC. I'm saying like I feel like he needs to be the guy in order to have success. Because other than that, he's just not. It's not a winning formula. Look at the 4 teams in the conference finals right now. Which team mimics that play style?
None. None of them. That's like the James Harden, Russell Westbrook Rockets teams. Like that. That's that stuff doesn't really get it done. It's we saw it this year. With LeBron and Westbrook, where you got these 2 ball dominant guys who aren't the best shooters. That it doesn't work out like that, and nobody is more athletic than Russell Westbrook. And nobody is more explosive. Maybe not now, but then Russell Westbrook. That's what he is known for, that nuclear athleticism. And I personally think we need a better shooter because that's what this team was lacking. This team was lacking shooters.
Yeah.
We have Sadiq and, Cade. I hope Cade improves. I think he will. I mean, he's got the shot. He'll improve.
Yeah.
But it kind of falls off a cliff after that. We don't really have guys that are snipers out there. And
I'm with you.
getting a guy like not even like if it's not Shaden Sharp, if you get a Benedict Mathurin, you get a Keegan Murray, you get guys that are you have to contest for them. You can't leave them alone. If you're in a half court set and Jaden Ivey's standing in the corner, you don't have to worry about that nearly as much as you would a better shooter. You can't detach from a guy who shoots 40% from the 3-point line. You can't do that. When it's Jaden Ivey, who is a guy that is not known for his catch and shoot ability, you can play off him. You can clog the lane a little bit more, and it's tough. And I like it, like you said. I like the kid too. I think he'll be a good player.
Yeah, but
he is my third pick. If all three of them are there, he'd be my third pick out of the three.
Yeah, and I admit to, I get where some of the people are coming from, because you do watch this kid and you're like, how can you pass up on that? But it's just not a winning formula of basketball. Like, it's not even an opinion at this point. It's just not. You couldn't name that type of pairing that's won an NBA championship. The only one where you're getting a three-level scoring facilitator with a slashing guard that's not great at shooting, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
You draft Jaden Ivey and you literally be asking them to be LeBron fucking James and Dwayne fucking Wade. And don't forget, one of Dwayne Wade's strong suits, actually, I'm just going to say it right now, probably the best defensive shooting guard all time. If not, I know he's the most blocks.
He's probably number 2 behind Jordan.
Jordan, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe D.
He's one of the best defensive guards.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And
the best shot blocking guard of all time.
For sure. And that's attribute that Jaden doesn't have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we literally be asking them to replicate that. And even at that point, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade kind of didn't fulfill what they were like. Could have been had Dwayne Wade actually had a consistent shot.
6.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
7.
Like, they struggled, bro. They lost to the Mavs.
That was embarrassing.
They got that one against OKC.
Yeah.
And then they barely won against the Spurs.
Yeah.
Lost to the Spurs and broke up.
Yeah.
It's just not a formula for success.
And that's with 2 of the top, 20? But D-Wade's top 20. 2 of the top 20 players of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
hands down. LeBron's top fucking 5.
D-Wade's the 3rd best shooting guard in NBA history. Like, it's tough. You can't ask a rookie to be that. You can't ask, and that would put more stress on Cade to try to get him involved, I don't know. I think it would just be easier for the offense to have a guy that you can kick it in the corner and he'll hit the shot. He'll knock the shot down. And he's comfortable doing that. That's the important thing, is that you're comfortable doing that. And you have that in your mindset to where, all right, he's leaving me alone. I'm going to make him pay. Yeah, Jaden Ivey might have that mindset to where, you're going to leave me alone out here. But
does he have the shot?
Can you fulfill that?
And I know he was, 35% this year?
Yeah.
On like 5 attempts. But you look at the season itself, he started the season shooting pretty well from 3-point. And then the back half of the season, I want to say it's 27% from 3.
And I'm going to look it up because I want to know how many of those are off the dribble.
That's a good point, too. The other thing, too, with I guess the point of like maybe wanting like a Keegan Murray, obviously, other than making the 3-point shot, I'm just trying to think of like, because I don't want to sound like a fucking hater, man. Oh, this is the other point I wanted to make. Why? How and why were we so in love with the idea of spreading the floor with a Jabari Smith?
Yeah.
With a Chet Holmgren, with a Paulo Banchero. But when it comes to Keegan Murray, oh no, there's no way you take the explosive athlete. How does that like thought process of winning games like just leave your head all of a sudden? It's the highlights, man.
It's the highlights. They're
sexy. I get
people fall in love with it, definitely. So he shot 21% on mid-range jump shots. He shot 35% field goal percentage on catch and shoot jump shots, and 30% on catch and shoot 3-pointers. So that's not bad, but it's not great. It's 30%.
And mind you, too, like the front half is where the majority of that, like, good shots come from.
And 30% won't get it done.
And literally, too, the reason why he went back for year 2 at Purdue, obviously other than to move up in the draft, but he also knew that my shot's inconsistent. His mom's a coach. His mom told him. She coached at Notre Dame, and she coached at Memphis when Ja was there. That's why he mimics his game after Ja, and he was like, your shot's too inconsistent. We need to, if you want to get a higher draft pick, come back year 2 and prove it. And he did.
Yeah.
Still inconsistent, though.
And I think for a lot of Detroit fans, it's the fact that he has those ties to Detroit, to where his dad, went to
Detroit Lions.
Yeah, he played for the Lions.
Yeah.
His mom, I think she played for.
She played for the Shock.
Yeah, the Shock, I think, and
won a championship.
And he, he went to Purdue, so you saw him a lot more often. That's a Big Ten guy. You see a lot of him. It's that kind of familiarity and that love for Midwestern players that ties it up. And I know we haven't seen a lot, but go watch Shaden Sharp highlights. Like I if you haven't, go put eyes on this kid. Watch him in these AAU games they're not. These aren't, high school basketball games where 4 of the guys are never going to play basketball for the rest of the career. Yeah. These are AAU games where they have 3 NBA guys on each team. Mm-hmm. And if you go out there, he's dominating these games. He's, he looks fantastic. And I don't know. Obviously, it's up to Troy Weaver.
Yeah.
It's his decision. He knows a lot more about this than I do. But when I look at Shaden Sharp, with his potential, I think it's hard to pass up on him.
Yeah.
If he's there.
Are you still shading over Keegan?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Speaking of which,
give me some ganja. 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 Give me